So next up, I want to introduce our keynote speaker, Andy Young, who is a Senior Director of Software Engineering at Teladoc Health. Andy has a fulfilling career in software development with experience ranging from small and sometimes unsuccessful startups to big companies with their own cafeterias. He's especially driven by the potential to create positive change with technology and is inspired by the awesome people he works with every day to make it happen. So let's give it up for Andy Young.
All right, well, thank you. Thank you, Jaylene. Welcome everyone to SB Hacks. Honored to be invited to speak with you all, especially even more so since I'm a UCSB grad. Go Gauchos! This is the part where if we were all in person, the crowd would be going wild. You're all in for a wild and fun time. Quick public service announcement, do get a little sleep during the event. It's unfortunate that it's virtual this year, but it's great that it's still happening. We're all figuring this out as we go along, but hey, welcome to life. So question. How is it that we're able to have this virtual event? Because of software, of course. Forget about the MEs and the EEs, whatever they say. Software makes the world go round. That's right, the planet would actually stop spinning if it weren't for software. It's true. Google it. Okay, so I want to tell you a bit about my own career path. Not so much because it's so remarkable, but because I think it demonstrates the vast range of opportunities there are out there. Some of those opportunities don't even exist yet because you will be inventing them. By the way, it's true that with age comes wisdom. You can tell by looking at my hair, I've got a lot of wisdom. I ended up in the computer science department at UCSB by chance. First taking a general ed class where I learned Fortran. Look it up if you've never heard of it. No, I didn't use punch cards, but we did have hamsters running on treadmills. So I really took to everything about software. I love the immediacy of writing some code and almost instantly seeing the results, even if the results were just a compile time error. Okay, exaggerate. Compilers were slow. There was a fair amount of waiting. I love the inherent logic in software, but also expressions of creativity that it enabled. I majored in CS because it was fun and challenging, not because I thought of any future job prospects. Mind you, when approaching graduation, I was quite happy that there were many jobs out there. It was also an added bonus when I found out that if I got a BS degree rather than a BA, I wouldn't have to write as many papers. I've now worked for 6 companies in 35 years. The longest was 12 years, and the shortest was 9 months, a .com startup that thankfully failed fast. The largest company right out of college was Lockheed, over 100,000 employees worldwide. The smallest was that startup with 10 people. I've learned and grown and had fun. I worked my ass off in all of them. I haven't regretted any of it. I've been well compensated. I've been taking pay cuts to help the company, see the company through lean times. I've had horrible commutes. I've worked from home. Wow, what a concept. One job took me to Australia for 18 months, which was a fantastic experience for myself and my newlywed wife. I've worked on classified top secret software used in TV studios to put on the nightly news. I worked in Silicon Valley during the irrational exuberance of the .com boom, as well as the pop of the bubble. I've had stock options that could have been life-changing, but amounted to nothing, and some that actually paid off. Spoiler alert, I'm not retired yet. I still work for a living. I've never had a master plan for my career. I'm still trying to figure out what I want to do in life. In my 30s, I had a chance to go into management. I put my toe in water, and then I took it back out. It just wasn't something that motivated me at that point in my life. I liked being a tech lead, but I very much still wanted to be. I wanted to still be a hands-on developer. In 2008, after 12 years with a business software company, I took a job at a Santa Barbara startup. I was developing an automated tissue stainer used to detect cancer cells in tissue biopsies. The underlying process had been around for years, immunohistochemistry, but ours was a better mousetrap in terms of the automation. That was the first job I had where the software actually did something physical. I was making motors move and plungers go up and down and ceramic heaters heat up with IR sensors feeding into a PID controller. I loved it. This job was also had something that I didn't fully appreciate until after I'd been working there for a while. We were creating a product that would help people, albeit in an indirect way, but it was something to feel proud about. My sister was going through breast cancer treatment at the time. It brought home in a very personal way that what we do as engineers can and does make a difference in the world. By this point, I was in my 40s. This job also gave me my first true management role. I found out it wasn't as bad as I thought and actually had aspects that were fulfilling and worthwhile. I know, go figure. In 2012, my high school water polo buddy, college roommate, best man at my wedding, he recruited me to come work for another medical device company in Santa Barbara, InTouch Health, now Teladoc Health. It's a perfect job for me at the time. I was to manage 5 developers, but also lead the project of the first iOS app for the company as a hands-on developer. I had absolutely zero experience with mobile development in Objective-C and two-way audio video, but I had plenty of experience with software. I wasn't worried about it for a second. I was excited. Let me show you. There we go. Hopefully folks are seeing my screen. There we go. So here are a few of the devices that we make, optimized for various clinical use cases. The one on the left is autonomous navigation. The doctor can remotely command it to go to a previously mapped location, like the nurse's station or the emergency room. When the doctor's finished, she can just disconnect, and the robot will drive back to the charging station on its own and dock. I wrote the code on the iOS side to drive that robot using touch gestures on an iPad or an iPhone. I got my name on one of our patents for that. How cool is that? The one on the right has built-in cellular in addition to Wi-Fi and wired. It can seamlessly go from an ambulance to the hospital, from an ambulance into the hospital with a remote doctor and continuous contact. The one in the middle has a boom arm with an additional pan tilt zoom camera that the doctor can remotely control. It can be used in a neonatal intensive care unit where it can be really crowded around the baby with lots of caregivers in there. This way, the remote neonatologist can have a clear view. Here's a picture of our demo and training center here in Santa Barbara, showing a lot the different products that we have in a clinical setting. Sorry, one sec. Oh, it worked. Stop sharing screen. The products we make, the products we create, make a difference in thousands of people's lives every day. In some cases, literally saving lives. And I'm a part of what makes that happen. How awesome is that? I've now gone completely over to the dark side of management, but I'm still very much an engineer and I stay close to the technology. Fun fact, I've been a soccer referee for many years, and I found that being a ref has made me a better manager, and being a manager has made me a better ref. Where will I be in 5 years? I don't know. Ask me in 5 years. Okay, enough about me. What about you? You. In front of you. The guy with no shirt. Cat on your lap. You're all in a technological world with almost no barriers to entry. You have access to world-class online educational resources, much of it free. You have access to mind-blowing cloud compute capabilities for pennies or even free. You can apply AI and machine learning using extremely sophisticated tools that are open source. There are literally millions of people all over the world that you can instantly collaborate with, get answers with, hack with. If you want to make a living in software, there's plenty of ways to do it. One thing I absolutely guarantee, there will always be a need for software and software engineers. By the way, 4 of those 6 jobs that I've had, I got through personal contacts, friends, former coworkers. Build and keep up your network. So what do hiring managers look for? Curiosity, passion, commitment, collaboration, participating in hackathons, for example. We're looking for the person that will grow and add value in the years ahead, not just the immediate need. A high GPA might get you an interview, but it won't get you a job. And oh, by the way, no one asks what your GPA is after you've gotten that first job. What's important after you've gotten a job? Things that are important in life. Being inclusive, valuing diversity, demand quality, have fun, make a difference in the world. Here's a tip that my very first manager at Lockheed gave me. Don't expect someone else to manage your career. It's up to you to do that. You'll hopefully have people that help you along the way, mentor you, guide you, but ultimately it's up to you. Don't sit around waiting for someone to define your career. So you're here this weekend because you want to be. Keep that passion. Even if tech isn't a career for you, keep it. Keep up with the technology. Never stop learning. My father was a professor of anatomy at UCLA School of Medicine. He had a motto, semper deceimed, always learning. He retired. After he retired, he spent about 10 years researching and writing a book about the evolution of the human brain. Well, he's retired. That book ended up turning into a book about the origins of bipedalism, walking upright. This was completely outside of his area of expertise. He had read the available literatures and theories, and he wasn't convinced, so he came up with his own theory based on clubbing and throwing. Now, that's the passion for always learning. If you do want a career in tech, don't let labels stand in your way. Don't let a job description of required skills stop you from applying. Don't be afraid of reaching beyond where you think you might be now. Women, the industry needs you and wants you. What's the role of technology in society? Is it the hope for mankind or the root of all evil? I don't know. I'm not smart enough to know that. But I do know that the role we play as individuals is up to us. Be an agent of change. Agent of change for the better. Our time on this world is short. Make it count. Make a difference. It's cliche, but it's true. You are the future. Keep coding. Question authority. Vote. Donate blood. Reduce your carbon footprint. Make your friends do all these things too. So I'd like to end with one of my favorite quotes. Actually, I want to say my favorite haiku first. Chaos reigns within. Reflect, repent, and reboot. Order shall return. Okay, here's the quote. If I can share the screen again. All right, it's from the Dalai Lama. Be kind whenever possible. It is always possible. Thank you. Have fun.